You know, when you think about young people, you don't always think about ways that they go out into our community and serve others, because usually they're a little more centered on their activities at school. But service learning is one of the tenets of this school district that we really are proud of, and we're extra proud today to present a very special young woman who has worked very hard to better her community in a service learning project. We are joined today by this beautiful little girl, Mackenzie Conley, who is a 4th grader at Pine Forest Elementary. Next to her is the GT coordinator, Erica Gruber, and on the end is Carol Marchand, who is Family Promise of Lake Houston's executive director. So we welcome all of you, and let's talk a little bit first to Mackenzie. Tell us what happened with the service learning project at your school.
Well, first of all, I got assigned the project. Then I went home and we talked about what I'm going to do. All of our first suggestions were Family Promise, so we knew it was perfect. And then we got to know it. I actually volunteered a week with this program, and then I decided to have a bake sale. Shortly after, I just went to a class on this, and then I raised over $450.
That's amazing.
And then I presented it, and I'm here now.
Well, and I just got to tell everybody, Lynn, and Erica, thank you. Because Erica was kind enough to tip me off when the students were making their presentations to the classes about their project. So I got to see Mackenzie do her presentation, and the project in and of itself is just great. But I think Mackenzie's presentation was just superb. So here's my chance to tell everybody, I really enjoyed your presentation and really could not be more touched by Mackenzie, what you did. It made a difference.
And I don't doubt it a bit, because you are very grown up. What is Family Promises?
Family Promise of Lake Houston is a self-sufficiency program for homeless families with children. Families that have been displaced by a number of reasons: domestic violence, medical reasons, crises that happen in families' lives all the time. It's a self-sufficiency model that helps families get a chance to slow down, get back on their feet, get back to work, save their money. In the meantime, they get budgeting classes, parenting classes, life skills classes, and in the evening time, they meet with wonderful volunteers at host congregations all over this area, including where Mackenzie volunteered. Volunteers come in, bring in a home-cooked meal, spend time with the families, help with homework, do puzzles, just visit with the families and help lift them up and make them feel at home, and gives them a chance to get back on their feet.
Right.
So that's what the program is.
That's wonderful.
You know, Erica, I think you're very appropriately seated in the middle of Mackenzie, because, and Carol, because really you're kind of the connector. It was you who initiated the project that the students at Pine Forest got involved in. So real quick, Erica, just fill us in. What was that project, and really what were you trying to accomplish?
Well, we were lucky to be chosen as one of the few schools to pilot the new Envision program for the district. And basically, how the program works is it's not too different from what the teachers have been doing all along in the classroom, but it really connects the real world perspective into our independent study projects for our GT kids. We give them guidelines and things for them to follow and checkpoints, and at Pine Forest, we decided to do a lunch and learn where they would meet with me once a week so I could kind of keep up to date with what they've been doing and keep track and kind of guide them if I can, although Mackenzie did a lot on her own at home, to the right place.
So you had a list of organizations that you would like for the students to serve, is that
Actually,
correct?
they came up with that on their own. It's completely led by the student. They went in the direction they wished to go, so I didn't really influence on what they picked. They did that all on their own.
Well, that's even more impressive then, that these young people researched what needs were out there in the community and came up with a list that they would like to
we
assist.
just said pick a locality of your choice in the community, and so they just took it and ran with it.
Wow.
Well, you know, and Mackenzie, the money you raised and how you raised it, that's really important. But you also mentioned that you actually personally volunteered. Tell us a little bit about that experience and what all you did.
Well, I helped set up their bedrooms and clean up, and I experienced vacuuming.
She
Wait a minute,
experienced
So you don't do that at home all the time?
Well, I do it sometimes,
Okay.
but
Okay. I'm impressed.
I am too. So you really got to work literally hands-on at the center. And Mackenzie, let me just push you a little bit further. So you got to meet some of the families who are served there, and did you get to talk with them? And
well, there was only one family at that time because all the others had finally gotten enough money to support themselves and buy a house and buy an apartment and buy the needs that they need to have that foundation.
Wow.
which of course is the goal of the program.
Right. Well, Erica, what types of organizations did your students get involved with?
Well, as you know, Mackenzie worked with Family Promise. We had another student who worked with a Atascocita Residents Care Committee, and she went to several local businesses and spoke with the managers about the trees that are being taken down all over our community due to the tremendous growth and development that's going on. So she kind of gave them some tips on how to maintain the trees they have left and replace ones they've taken down. We had another student who worked with HAM to get some more donations for them. So it's kind of all aspects.
Wow. And have you seen them continue their work with these organizations?
Yes, the one that did the project with the Atascocita Residents Care Committee, she's also on our Go Green Club, so she feels very passionate about it and continues to, she's taken pictures to, you know, kind of track and see what's the progress they're making. So.
Don't you love the enthusiasm of young people for our communities?
It can't be
It's
matched.
just amazing.
It really can't be
is.
matched. Carol, you know, thank goodness. I mean, you do have many volunteers, and Lord knows you provide a critically needed service in our community. I want to give you the chance to say something about this particular volunteer, Mackenzie, and just your experience in encountering her, and just how did it feel at your end?
You know, I've been in this business for 13 years, so I've worked with thousands of volunteers and wonderful individuals who come in and out of your life, but somebody like Mackenzie really sticks in your heart. She came to a volunteer training prior to her volunteering with the families, or I guess right afterwards. And this was a training for adults who were learning, you know, pretty much that compassionate piece of volunteering. And we got to a juncture in the training, Mackenzie stood up and said, I just want you to know that these families are just like you and I. They are our neighbors who have come on hard times, and we are there to lend a hand. And we are there to just be there to help them out. Nobody has, and the adults who were in the training were just, as I was, just really taken back by her honesty, her compassion, her insight. And then she went that next step. Not only did she spend time with the families for the week, then she took the next step and did a fundraiser for us. And I stopped by the fundraiser the day before Thanksgiving and bought a wonderful cake, which I didn't eat but was great. But to watch Mackenzie in action with the folks that were coming up, it was a free will offering. And she said, now, you're making a difference in your community. And she kept reminding them of that. You know, she just personifies what we want in our community, what we desire to have the next generation who be coming up to take care of ourselves and our community. This is a leader in the making. There is nothing more impressive than seeing somebody take the lead at her age. I'm just so impressed and cannot wait to watch what she does next, because it's going to be something.
It will be.
I
agree with you. Well, they're giving us a wrap up, but I do want to say congratulations to you, young lady, and I know that there's a great future for you out there, and you can change things in your community, as you've already found out. So good luck in the future to you, and good luck to your organization. And Erica, keep up the good work with these kids. You're doing a great job. Don't go away. We'll be right back.